What should professional truck drivers know before buying and using compact refrigerators in their trucks? Hello, I'm Vicki Simons with TruckDriversMoneySavingTips.com. Tonight I'm holding the cell phone here in my hand because I'm going to be looking at some information from the webpage that we have up on our website about compact refrigerators. And then I'm going to be flipping the camera so that you can see some things on my computer from some different websites about compact refrigerators. Okay, I hope you got your seatbelt buckled because this one's going to be a dynamite broadcast. And I think it's going to be revealing to you as well. Okay, as a matter of fact, okay, the last 2 Saturdays I have talked about both the ice chest or ice cooler situation and the thermoelectric cooler situation for being able to keep perishable food cold in the truck. The last of the three of these cold keeping devices is the compact refrigerator. Last week when I talked about the thermoelectric coolers, I was very specific that the way that they work is they cool down to only 40 degrees below whatever the outside temperature is, okay? They do not have a true refrigeration system. However, a compact refrigerator is intended to be able to keep food at a constant temperature, or at least it's supposed to be if it's working correctly. That being said, we had some issues with the refrigerator here in our house. And we actually had a serviceman come out and he said there's nothing wrong, but just for the sake of knowing this, and it was written nowhere in our manual, okay, there is a specific way in which the device, the refrigerator was built, that it had to have enough circulation in the middle on the top shelf to be able to get all that cold air around. So if there was a lot of stuff packed up underneath that middle on the top shelf area, then it couldn't work correctly. So things that were, for example, down low in the back were not getting enough of that cold air coming through. So I learned something that I wish had been explained to us in our manual. So this situation about using compact refrigerators is not theoretical for us. We actually did have compact refrigerators, and when I say refrigerators plural, I do mean multiple ones. All right, so this is not a passive device for keeping food cold. A refrigerator is what I would call an active device because it is actively working. It's not like ice, okay? There's actually a motor that works in there to keep that. And obviously you have to be able to power a refrigerator. Either, I've never known of one to be gas powered unless it's maybe in an RV unit, okay? And that could be also in a truck. I don't know. I've never seen an gas powered or refrigerator in a truck before, but I'm not saying there isn't one. I'm not familiar with that. The only one that we're familiar with is something that you actually literally plug into for example, an inverter that is battery connected, or in the case of one of the trucks that my husband drove, when he was driving for one of the top, I think it was the top 20 fleets in the country, they actually had a refrigerator that was built into the truck. That being said, let me go ahead and address that issue right now on energy usage, because it was the case that when he left the truck only for the weekend, okay? He would come in like on a Friday and then leave out again on a Monday, okay? By the time he came back in, more often than not, the truck did not have enough cranking power to be able to run. So that refrigerator kept pulling and pulling and pulling, and we have a feeling it was the refrigerator that was pulling all that juice out, drawing down the charge on the battery so that it could not be cranked. Okay, so we didn't have any way of knowing that for sure, but that's what we strongly suspected. So anyway, we have used these appliances in our truck, like I said, and I'm going to look at some information. This is on the compact refrigerators page of our website. Okay, we went through the thermoelectric cooler thing to be able to, and then we got to the thing. Now, got to the place where we were using regular refrigerators. That being said, we purchased what's called a dormitory style refrigerator. Okay, one of these little cheap things for maybe around $100, $125 through some local retailer. Okay, you can buy these things at Walmart or Staples sometimes. Okay, and these things, those types of dormitory style refrigerators, or something that you may put under a bar in your house, are not intended to withstand the jarring. I'm going to do this on purpose, okay? The jarring in your truck, as you know, going down the road, all right, is not intended to withstand that constant vibration and rocking back and forth. In fact, there was a time when Mike was driving, I was riding with him, driving down I-77, I believe, through the mountains there, and the road was just, bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. We had a compact refrigerator in the truck at that time, and you could literally hear all the vibration of the works inside that refrigerator, and it was just awful, okay? Every time the truck jarred at all, okay, there was all that bumping around, and of course, Mike ended up, we lost food out of it as well. So it is possible that the problems that we had were due to the fact that those compact refrigerators were not designed to withstand the vibrations. It didn't matter which parts broke inside, they stopped working and the fridge stopped and there was no way to keep the contents cold. Okay, perhaps if we had better success, purchased a more expensive unit, okay, then that would have been able to withstand those motions, then it would not have been so bad. But I'm going to get to that in a little bit. All right. One of the installations that Mike had, literally he had to remove a cabinet from inside his truck in order to lash the compact refrigerator to the floor with a rubber tie down. Don't recommend that, but the thing is, he also put a microwave oven on top of that compact refrigerator in order to be able to save space, and obviously, it didn't work. All right, there are different sizes of these things. I've got some typical sizes of these compact refrigerators written on our page. And you want to consider, too, the larger the unit, okay, or the taller the refrigerator, perhaps the more rocking back and forth this thing is going to have. Okay, if it's a tall one and you've got this thing behind your driver's seat, all right, consider how much sway there's going to be and how hard it's going to be to bolt that thing down. All right. Also, if you are the kind of driver who is getting loads where you're paid according to the payload, consider the weight of the unit that you're going to be getting. All right. Also, some of these refrigerators have a little bitty freezer in it. Sometimes the freezer is attached or separate from the refrigerator part. Sometimes they're not. So you want to keep in mind how much freezing capability that you'll need. The little mini ice cube trays that some of these compact refrigerators come with were not able to keep up with the demand for ice that we had in our drink cups. All right, consider the storage area and what kinds of things. For example, does the door on these things allow you to be able to keep a certain amount of milk? Okay, are you going to have to buy milk in a smaller quantity? For example, a quart or a half gallon as opposed to a full gallon, that kind of thing. If you need to break it down, such as in moving your milk to, say, quart jars or something like that, be aware of that, but also be aware that the more glass you put into your refrigerator, if they start to tap against each other, the vibrations, the sound of that clinking could really drive you nuts. All right. So based on our continual energy draw from the batteries and the tendency to break, that is the units, the refrigerators that we use, we abandoned the use of the compact refrigerators in our trucks, and in the final months during which Mike drove regionally, he used an ice chest exclusively for keeping the cold food cold in his truck. And I'll get to some money-saving tips in a little bit. But one of the things that we have on our webpage is a compact refrigerators comparison table. And it looks like I do not yet have that under the free download, so I need to kind of move that over there. But the situation is that we have that available for you. All right. I'm going to turn the computer around here so that I can show you some stuff that I found on my computer. Hopefully I'll be able to show this to you. All right. I am on Amazon.com, and I have pulled up some what they call quality products to fit your mobile comfort needs. All right, and I'm just going to go down through here. All right, you can see here that they have a list of RV appliances, truck bed and tailgate accessories, outdoor recreation, things like this. All right, you can see this little box here around here, this truck bed and tailgate accessories. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. And I was specifically looking for Dometic brand, types of appliances, because these are the kinds of things that are typically used in an RV unit. Okay, I'm going to just kind of zoom in here. All right, like I said, this is available on Amazon.com. All right, we don't have any kind of a listing for this on our website because look at the price of this thing. This is $720. All right, this is another one of these jobs, over $600. All right, and both of these are, let's see, this one says, I don't have any details to know how it fits in or plugs in. All right, this is a 12 volt. Okay, this is a thermoelectric cooler, so I'm not going to even focus on that one. But these are very expensive. Now, let me also say, too, if you look at these, you'll notice something obvious that's different from a regular compact refrigerator, and that is that it opens up on the top. Okay, it opens up at the top. So, in other words, it looks like an ice cooler, except it's got these vents down low. Okay, I hope you can see these. All right. I'm going to go over here next to truckfridge.com. All right, there was someone who wrote a review about truckfridge.com. All right, TRUCKFRIDGE. All right, and I just pulled up some of these that are intended for, let's see, a Freightliner, because my husband and I drove Freightliners, but they have different ones that are different makes for different kinds of trucks. But I just pulled up three. All right, this is the TF65, $549. Okay, the next one is a T65 AC DC, 115 volt AC, 12 volt DC. All right, and this one is $599 plus shipping. And the last one I'm going to show you, this is a portable job. This is a TF31. Notice how it's been designed with the top like an ice chest. Okay, this one is $499. All right, so obviously, supposedly, this one says here, great for traveling, camping, and all outdoor activities, and it's got the some specifics about it. Okay, I do not necessarily, one way or the other, recommend or don't recommend truck fridge. Some people swear by it, but for a company driver just starting out, okay, these are extremely expensive units. All right, I would hope that they would be truck worthy and that they would last you a long period of time, whatever it is that you buy. However, let me flip the camera back around. Okay. However, when I was doing my research online for Dometic brand compact refrigerators, I also saw advertisements for Dometic parts. Okay. Which means that some of these things have a tendency to break, similar to the situation that I stated when I was talking about the thermoelectric coolers. I have never personally seen any replacement parts for a compact refrigerator at a truck stop, but I have seen plenty of spare parts for thermoelectric coolers at truck stops, okay? And that's because thermoelectric coolers tend to be less expensive, and they tend to, I think, probably break more often than a compact refrigerator was, or would. But the situation is, okay, depending on how well built your compact refrigerator is, or I might call it a mini refrigerator, okay, and what it's intended for, how it's designed, and all these kinds of things, all right, you may or may not have any breakage at all. Obviously, a compact refrigerator that is designed to be on land is not designed to be in a truck, so just bear that in mind. Okay, obviously, if I had to do it all over again, would I buy a truck fridge? Probably not. Okay, these things $400, $500, $600, $700. not worth it to me, okay? Unless it's the case where you had some sort of an extra use at home. So if you got out of trucking or laid off or something like that, you'd be able to use it in a different capacity, okay? I would not even bother with it. You can buy a regular size refrigerator for your home for, that much money, depending on how you work it. That being said, I do not have the permission of the person with whom I was corresponding this past week to quote him about his usage in the truck of a compact refrigerator, but he indicated to me that he had gone through a number of the units, okay, and had some success with compact refrigerators by actually putting it on top of his top bunk, okay? And because of, and I'm just kind of extrapolating from what he said, because of the extra ability, because of the mattress up there, okay, when he lashed that thing down, there was less vibration than he would have on the floor or whatever, and that helped him to preserve that. Now, I will say this, okay? If you have a refrigerator on your top bunk, just be aware that if anything melts or spills in there, it's probably going to seep out of the refrigerator through the little gasket on the door, okay, and could make a mess on your mattress, okay? So just saying. All right, I'm just thinking through all the options, all right? But if you've got something like that way up top with the top, that center of gravity type thing going on, you could have a mess on your hands. All right, so he didn't talk about that. He didn't respond to every question that I had for him. But it is a case where different drivers are having different experiences with compact refrigerators in their trucks. One of the things that I will caution you about, okay, is be on guard against how many of these things that you buy. All right? If you buy a compact refrigerator and it breaks and you lose all your food, all right, are you going to invest in another one? Are you going to invest in a different one? Or are you going to go with something that you can count on? All right? When I say count on, all right, my husband Mike and I eventually got to the place where we were using ice chests exclusively. And at one point in our lives, okay, we actually had 2 of these things in the truck, okay, and both of them were pretty good sized. I showed one of them to you about 2 weeks ago. All right, that wasn't the only one that we had when towards the end, but we were cooking a lot of stuff in our truck. We were using that to keep cold food cold. All right, your ice chest will only last as long as you've got ice in the chest, okay, so to keep that food cold. If you run out of ice, all bets are off. So I'm going to ask you to weigh all of your options for being able to keep your food cold, okay? On a different note, okay, you could just say, look, I'm not even going to have anything cold in my truck. I'm just going to buy something at the truck stop whenever I stop, okay? That could be very expensive as well. So I have finished my my third rant, if you will, about these different cold food products. I'm going to ask you, regardless of whether you had success or you did not have success, please send a product review through our website to let us know, for example, the brand, what happened, what was your setup. Give us some definite things so that our other readers can, they can appreciate your feedback. Okay. A lot of times when people are reading that, it's kind of like, well, that's just Mike and Vicki. That's just their experience and they didn't do things the way I did it, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, give us your feedback. Okay. We need to have your feedback as well because this is truck drivers, not just, us. Okay. Talking. So, that being said, all right. I just really appreciate you guys being willing to listen to this because I'm very passionate about this. Okay, everybody needs to eat. All right, and I don't want the type of diet that one of the owner operators said. Well, I just eat fiber bars and energy bars and that's all. It's kind of like, that's boring to me. Okay, I like to have a lot more variety. I like to have fun cooking in the truck. I like to be able to I don't cook the same old thing at the house all the time. So why should I do it in the truck? All right. So that being said. if there's any feedback right now, I'd like to go ahead and get that from you. I'm going to give you the money saving tips here in a minute. But if you've gotten value from this, please give me likes, shares, and hearts. If you've got any feedback for me, leave a comment below, whether this is through Facebook or YouTube. If it eventually gets put on our website, then just get in touch with us and let us know what you thought. Did you agree? Did you disagree? Give me a product review, that kind of thing. All right, money saving tips. I'm going to finish with this. All right, cost alone should not be the determining factor in your choice of any appliance. A more expensive unit can actually end up saving you money in the long run if it is built better and lasts longer. All right. Some units are advertised as being specifically for truck, RV, or marine use. Okay. That is in a boat. All right. In the descriptions that we've seen of these specialty compact refrigerators, we could not personally detect a better grade of construction. So you will need to do your own research on that. You will want to this for yourself. Also, according to the EnergyStar.gov website, and I'm quoting them here, Energy Star qualified refrigerators. A new Energy Star qualified refrigerator uses less energy than a 75-watt light bulb run continuously, have better insulation to keep refrigerated air from escaping, use efficient compressors, have more precise temperature and defrost mechanisms to regulate temperature more effectively. And that's all their stuff, right? So look for an Energy Star qualified unit if you can find one among the size that you're looking for to buy. Should you be in the market to research mini fridges for your truck, feel free to use our compact refrigerators comparison table. And like I said, I'll probably be moving this over to the free download section of our website where you can actually just put your name and email address in there and get all of our 35 plus free downloads, okay, depending upon what it is that you're looking for and need. All right, not seeing any comments or questions coming through right now for me to respond to. I'm going to simply say that on behalf of my husband, Mike, and I, we wish you safe travels and lots of money-saving opportunities on the road. Have a great night, drivers. Thanks.